Well, I thought I'd have a bigger fucking time in this lunch period to do this review, but I'm getting fucking telegrams right now if you could fucking hear it, so I'll handle that in a second. What's going on, boys? Welcome to a week one recap. I will be doing a recap every week now. The goal is to have it for Tuesdays because that's when the matchups are said and done, but it might change throughout the season, just letting y'all know now. There is this bullshit. Please ignore this. I am the one that went up the most, and I pretty much started the same team on that I drafted on draft day, which I was apparently ranked 11th. So fuck this list. This final standing projection. I don't know what has changed from the team I drafted to how they actually performed week one. So, my joke used to be Matthew Berry made this, but he's not a part of ESPN anymore. So, I guess I just have to say fuck ESPN, but it doesn't have the same hit here. So, I digress. Time to go through these matchups now, boys. Week one of the season started off pretty hot. We're gonna start with me and Phil here. Now, Phil actually brought it back more than I thought he would. He almost got over 100, which is actually a pretty good performance on the week. So. Jerry Jeudy was the Monday night performance that brought him a little back into the game. He had 18.2. Jonathan Taylor, the number one, or wasn't the number one. I think it was the number two overall pick. I think number one was Derrick Henry. So Jonathan Taylor lived up to his expectations, 25.5. Jalen Hurts didn't get a fucking passing touchdown and gets 24.72, so that guy's going to be scary as shit. T. Higgins got hurt. Still 3.7 before he got hurt sometime in the first half. It's not an awful score. He could have had a pretty good game. Don't know what to make of the Patriots boys here, and the Packers defense getting blown out in Minnesota was kind of fucking nuts. But whatever. Overall, still a pretty good team from Phil. He still had Jarvis Landry, Robbie Anderson on the bench, who did really well as well. Rex Burkhead got a lot of snaps, so that's pretty good for the running back position as well. So although Phil didn't get a win here, 98 is a pretty respectable score. Don't be upset with it. Now I got the high score in the week, 123.66, beating Devin out by like point 0.4 or point 0.5 or I don't fucking know. I didn't look at it, but yeah, and I did this with Trey Lance not even getting double digit points. He played in a monsoon, so I wouldn't take his performance to heart. I think he still could pull it out. Dalvin Cook didn't live up to expectations. That's mostly because Justin Jefferson just like took everything. So still could have a pretty good performance. Still, I think had over 100 yards on the field, no touchdowns. So Dalvin Cook still be good. The Saquon Barkley Revenge Tour was everything I thought it would be. This guy looks fucking insane. Tyreek Hill getting 14 points on just work, no touchdowns is still pretty big. Shad Baden and Hollywood getting touchdowns. Uh, Big O, Al O, getting 5.8 on work. That's actually pretty good with tight ends. I wonder if that puts him in like a. Oh, puts him 20. Damn. Thought he'd be higher. All right, anyways. Browns defense was good. Young Way. This guy is a fucking goat. 250-yarders and a 40-yarder. He has 18 and he missed a field goal here. Young Way. My goat. Michael Thomas on the bench with 2 touchdowns. Zach Ertz with a touchdown. James Robinson with a touchdown. Jameis Winston might be the quarterback answer here. J.K. Dobbins just waiting. Guys, my team's looking spicy. I can't believe this bullshit had me at 11th, bro. Like, I drafted everyone here. And Mike Davis was the worst person on my team. He's already gone. Already been disposed of. Yeah, he's gone. So overall, everyone on my team has some pretty high upside. I'm a big fan of how the boys performed in week one. Another matchup was Finn and Mark. This matchup wasn't close at all, mostly because Mark didn't compete. But what's surprising is Finn putting up 113 with Dak getting hurt, with Keenan Allen getting hurt. But these studs of Cooper Kupp, Kareem Hunt, and Travis Kelce just propelled him to a no contest. Really, it was over from the very beginning. Um, Even Drake London on the bench could be pretty good. Uh, he does need to get rid of Dak here, so Stafford could be a good sub here. Trevor Lawrence didn't look that hot against Washington, but Washington is a good D line, so that could be pretty good. Now, Mark, not only did his early on picks not perform to what they were supposed to, like James Conner was one of his best performances. He didn't reach the projection mark. McCaffrey 13.7 didn't reach the projection mark. Uh, Russ didn't do terribly, but he doesn't get the projections. Um, the big issue here was the tight end early, drafted early, getting 2.9. The receivers together getting combined 5. He punted on receivers, so he thought this would be good. Juju was involved, kind of. He got production, but wasn't really fully involved. I saw just a ton of Travis Kelce. Mecole Hardman got a touchdown, so not exactly obsessed with Mark's team here, but a lot can change moving forward. So not a great week 1 from Mark, but we'll see what happens in week 2. This matchup was determined last night in a barn burner. It was Javonte Williams and DK Metcalf versus Tyler Lockett, an 11-point lead, and Tony's two boys were able to pull that off. Josh Allen did what he was supposed to do. Derrick Henry a little disappointing in week 1, but not awful. Javonte looked good. Dalton Schultz for tight end position 9.7. What does that give you? Tight end 10? What? Really? I thought. All right, wow. Whatever, but 9.7 from tight end is really good. He put 2 tight ends, so Tony's a weird guy, and Herbert just chilling on the bench. Tony, get rid of Herbert. Trade him. Put him on someone else's team, please. It's only hurting, but you can't play 2 quarterbacks. Get rid of Herb. I don't care if he topped you off. God damn it. But yeah, somehow these performances able to compel Tony to a win. And that's mostly because Mateo's running backs were subpar. Now, Eli Mitchell looked good before he went down, of course, but Cam Akers played the whole fucking game. He got, I think, 3 carries and didn't record a point. So that's a bit of an upsetting thing from him. Jay Jett did win Mateo's weekly, so Mateo wins a week 1 weekly. But not great looking from the rest of the team. The quarterback and the running backs combined for 7.8. Dude. There's still stuff to build on here. Clyde looked good off the bench. Eli missing time. I'm not sure if you want to start Akers again, so it's going to be like Clyde, Mostert, McKinnon. Maybe a waiver wire pickup there, but a lot can check. This is only week 1. Not a lot to dive in, so we'll see. Vinny pulls out the matchup here over Josh. Not a bunch of standouts for Vinny. Lamar Jackson, Mike Evans, and the Bills defense on the opener were the big pieces. But they're enough to get him the win. The Cowboys boys, Vinny's guy here, with that going out, I'm not sure if CD is that great. Zeke looked good, but didn't have a lot of opportunities because I think they were just down early. Godwin got hurt, so we have some work you got to do here. I like some of these bench pieces you got. You could definitely work with this. So, good win, Vinny, and you can build on this. Hopefully you can. I heard the Najee injury is not that bad either, but I don't know how. We'll see. We'll see. Josh, you hate to see the Alvin Kamara performance. The Saints were a weird assortment of players on Sunday. I feel like I saw a ton of like Jarvis Landry instead of like Michael Thomas and Olave. Antonio Gibson outperformed Kamara. I would not have seen that coming from a mile away. Singletary looked good, but he just didn't get enough work. Gesicki might be the odd man out in Miami. Tom's probably going to have better performances than this. It still got them the win. Overall, not a fantastic performance from Josh, but the bench had some upside with it as well with Cordero, and he could replace Tom with Tannehill maybe if Tannehill gets good enough matchups. But overall, not terrible from Josh. Could definitely build on this. Now this one was fucking close. This one got determined late with Cortland Sutton, but Greg is the one to put the nail in the coffin of Austin. Now, Austin has some upside on the bench. I actually did see that Isaiah Pacheco, the Chargers defense, AJ Dillon, these are all could have been match winning plays here. But at the end of the day, it's hard to predict any of that. How you supposed to know that Cole Kmet would get 0? Like that's just heartbreaking. Damian Pierce was literally like sucked off in the preseason with how good this guy was going to be. Did fucking nothing. Um, yeah, Derek Carr. You hope to see more. But overall, still 99-point performance. DeAndre Swift looks like the real deal. Stephon Diggs looked good. Amon Ra is gonna eat. So not an awful loss. You hate to see it be so close, but good win for Greg overall. Pat Mahomes fucking ate the Cardinals. I thought that game would be a little closer, but honestly blew them the fuck out. The running backs look fucking spicy. The wide receivers, another issue with wide receivers here. Now, you do have some good ones on the bench that could come in here, but I don't know, man. Still some work that needs to be done. Good win here for Greg, but the wide receivers do scare me. Hopefully we could get some better production in later weeks. And this is the toughest loss of the week. It's the only 100-point performance loss from Brian. Even though it's not that close, Devin put up second most in the week, but yeah, somehow Joe Burrow got an 18 with throwing 4 interceptions. So quite the turnaround there in garbage time. Austin Eckler didn't live up to the hype. But everyone else looked pretty good. Nick Chubb with 148 yards. AJ Brown looked like a beast. Gabe Davis in the opener looked nuts. Fryermuth late. Mike Williams with no Keenan Allen only got 2 points. Now that is weak defining. Actually, yeah, could have got him at least closer. Because Miles Sanders ain't on his bench. Dotson looked good too. Yeah, so Brian, overall, it's a loss, but the bench looked good. A lot to build on going forward, so not terrible. And Devin just looked fucking nasty. Had no running back production at all. Now this is where Devin's issue was always going to be. David Montgomery and Tony Pollard is a rough running back room. He was able to get 8.7 out of them, but like that's still not great. You're gonna get these performances from Tay, Chase, and Pittman, but I don't know if you could keep banking on these. So hopefully we get some more running back help here. Jamal Williams could be the guy, but I remember he had a good week 1 last year as well, and Swift just ended up taking more and more. But Jamal Williams being goal line back could be pretty good. You see reaching here with Zamir White and Kenyon Drake. That's funny. I'm a Dobbins guy, so I have to hate you for that. But yeah, overall, still a really good week. Still a very good week. The wide receivers held up. Uh, the kicker, the kicker goes off. The defense holds up, and like even the positions that didn't do that well for Devin did enough. So honestly, very good week. Um, that's what changes our standings over here. I think we are still interdivisional, so I think we're just gonna have 3 people in each division have at least 1 win. Yeah. I think there is only one matchup next week that involves 2 1-0 teams. I believe that is Devin and Greg. Yep, that is true. They're the only 1-0 teams going at each other. But hopefully they could turn the. Hopefully. Actually, I don't know who I want to win here. Whatever. It's going to be a good matchup. Someone's going to get the first win in this matchup between Brian and Josh. Brian with a 100-point loss. I would assume he'd have a bit of an edge here, but fuck projections. I'm pretty sure I was projected to have like one of the lowest, and I went off that week. But I have Mateo next week. Project nothing, so Mateo's projected to win. We'll see though. All right, boys. Yeah, that was week 1 preview, review, and week 2 preview. Not a much to go in, but I'll see y'all next week for week 2. All right. Peace.